I don't even know how to start this video. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Have you ever been in a relationship so long that you don't even remember what life was like before the relationship even started? I mean, you've been in this relationship so long, you got a bunch of good times, you got some bad times. We always take the good with the bad, but you just realize one day that you've had enough. You realize that maybe I'm better than this. Maybe I deserve better. It's not necessarily to say the person's hurt you. The person may not have cheated on you. They may not have been everything that you wanted them to be. And you just realize there's something better out there. And so one day you just want to end this relationship, but you don't really know how you want to end this relationship. Well, I'm in that boat right now. Today's the day. The day we go from PC to Mac. It's crazy, I know. I know many of you guys don't know me, but anybody that does know me know that I have been an adamant PC user and an Android user for my whole entire life. I've never wanted to switch. I've never wanted to do anything different. But Apple came out with that fire. We're going to go ahead and get right into this unboxing after this. Some, hit the key. Alright guys, so I ended up going with the 16 gigabyte RAM, 8-core CPU, 8-core GPU, 1 terabit version of the M1 MacBook Air. For me, I figured that it was just the best option. I know a lot of people out there telling you, well, you can just get the base model, and you can get the base model. I'm not knocking you for that, but for me personally, I just know that I'm basically a, memory hoarder. So I want to keep all of my music production software on my actual computer. I want to have all my sounds on my computer. I want to have all my plugins. I want to be able to edit all kinds of videos. I want to be able to do everything that I want to do on the computer. And I figure you can't upgrade the storage, the SSD later. And so, I don't really want to be living with buyer's remorse. I know I'm not going to have buyer's remorse with this version. So for me, I felt like it was the best version, and I would probably recommend getting the 1 terabit version too if you're doing content creating or if you're making music or something like that, because you're going to take up space on your hard drive. Who wants to take a bunch of SSDs with them when they go anywhere? Who wants to worry about that stuff you can't change in the future? I know I wanted to use this computer for many years, so basically that's why I got the version that I got. So I guess without any further delay, I'm going to go ahead and get into the unboxing. I've never owned an Apple computer before. My ex-wife did have one, so I did used to use it a lot back in the day. But I always still stuck with PC, and I still stuck with what I knew. So, Apple's got this nice little boxing. The box is nice. Not going to lie. It's got the little specs on the back right here for you. So let's go ahead and pull the tab. Boom, just like that. Open this bad boy up. Throw no caution to the wind. So then we're just going to lift the box up. Shake it a little bit. It's nice and tightly packed. Boom. And just like that, we have the space gray M1 MacBook Air. So we're just going to go ahead and pull this bad boy out the box, pull the tab, bam, and just like that. It's nice and thin. I already like it. We're just going to pull this off. And, I'm neat with mine, but not today. We're throwing caution to the wind. So it's just nice. It has a great feel to it already. I'm already liking the way this feels. It's much thinner than the current laptop that I had. We'll go ahead and put this down for just 1 second. Also in the box, you're going to get the power cord. So it comes nice and assembled like this. We're not going to toss the power cord. And it's also got the brick. So boom, you got the little brick so that you can power it up. It's also going to come with a little manual and some stickers. So we're going to go ahead and bam, show you the stickers real quick. We're going to keep the stickers, but I'm pretty sure you guys already know what time it is with the manual. We figure it out as we go. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this to the side for a minute. And I'm just going to open up the M1 MacBook and check it out. So as you open up the M1 MacBook, As you see, boom, it automatically powers up for you. You can pull this off. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through the setup process. I'm not gonna make you guys sit here with me as I go through the setup process. I'm gonna go through that myself. Currently, you can get the base model of the M1 MacBook Air for just $999. That one has the 8-core CPU, the 7-core GPU, and the 256 gigabytes of storage. So if you're just an everyday user or strictly maybe a musician, a producer, this might be the one for you. But if you get into heavy producing and you like to keep everything on your computer, maybe you might want to think about this one over here, which is the 8-core CPU and the 8-core GPU with the 512 gigabytes of storage. That one's coming in at $1249. There also is another great option for you. If you go to the refurbished site, they're currently selling these refurbished M1 MacBook Airs for just $850, and that is the base model. So you can't really beat that as well. That's a great deal. And if you're a student, you can currently get a brand new one for $899. So it's something that you want to take a look at. Apple is definitely toting this as its thinnest, lightest notebook, completely transformed by the Apple M1 chip. The CPU speeds are up to 3 times faster and the GPU speeds are up to 5 times faster. It's basically their most advanced piece of technology. A small chip is a giant leap. If you've been hiding under a rock and you don't know anything about the M1 chip, I will tell you that it is amazing. All right, guys, so the only thing that I've done so far is I set up the computer. So I put in my IDs and all that stuff. I got my Touch ID right. I've set up an iCloud account. Yeah, I know, I set up an iCloud account. I did all that stuff. I figured you guys didn't want to see any of that information anyway, and if you did, I wasn't going to show you. So I'm going to go ahead and take my little ugly mug up out the camera for a moment, and I'm just going to show you guys the screen and the keyboard. So when you look at the screen, it's got some nice illumination. I guess they say it's got 400 nits. And then as you can see, when you push the buttons, I heard a lot of talk about how great this keyboard was, but no cap, this is the best keyboard I've ever used in my whole entire life. This keyboard is fire. It is phenomenal. I don't even like typing, but it's tight. And the trackpad is off the chain. Like the little things that you can do, like you can highlight. I mean, you can't do all that stuff with PCs. So like, if you're thinking on whether you should make that jump or whether you should make that move, it might be time to make that move. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up the internet. I'm just going to play some music so that you guys can hear what the music sounds like coming out of here. It sounds pretty good in my personal opinion. So we're just going to open up Safari real quick. I got this copyright-free music, something for your stream. It's copyright-free music for gamers, streamers, and content creators. Basically, you guys can check this out too. Got free music for you. So I'm not even going to front to you guys. If you came here for all the specs and all the tech numbers, I ain't got it for you. I'm not a tech nerd like that. I'm a music nerd, a sports nerd. So, but what I will say is that it was just time for me to upgrade. I had a Toshiba satellite. It's like 5-6 years old. It was a 4th gen i5 with 6 gigabytes of RAM. It just wasn't doing the job for me no more. It was struggling with music production. It was definitely struggling when I was editing film. Like I couldn't even edit any film in 4K, and I have a Sony a6400. So you know how frustrating it is to have a camera that's capable to shoot in 4K, but you can't shoot in 4K because your computer can barely handle 1080p. I mean, like, look, I'm not going to knock the computer. The computer did a lot for me. It was good for me while I had it, but it was just time to eventually, make that upgrade and step up to the next level. So, I did a bunch of researching, I did a bunch of looking, and then once I seen that you could actually stream with this new Apple, you know, they stream much better than the old ones. That was it right there, because I wanted to get into some streaming as well too. So I'm still gonna use the old, you know, the old Windows computer for a little bit. I do eventually plan on getting a Mac Mini so that I can use this computer to make the music and the Mac Mini to stream. But I just figured at some point, you know, you need to upgrade, you need to invest in yourself. And I just really, you know, I really just thought I needed to get this upgrade in this computer. All right, guys, I can't stress enough. If you can't decide between the 256, the 512, the 1 terabit, or the 2 terabit SSD, I would just recommend get what you can. And if you're close to the next level, maybe save for another week or two and level up, because the difference between this Mac versus the previous models is that with this version right here, you can't add any memory later on. So what you get is what you got. And I would also say the same about the RAM. If you can get the 16 gigabyte RAM, get the 16 gigabyte RAM. We know how these plugins are, producers. We know that these plugins are demanding more and more and more power with every plugin that's coming out. So you don't want 3 years from now, 2 years from now, there'll be a plugin that comes out that this thing can't handle. I'm not saying that it won't be able to handle it. I don't want to try to scare y'all off, because this thing is kicking everything's butt that's even close to it in the price range. So it's definitely a solid computer, and I think it's something that I can use probably for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years without having to worry. I also didn't mention the battery life. If you didn't know, this thing off the charger is getting like 18 hours of continuous video watching, and like from web browsing, I think they said like 15 hours. So I haven't tested myself, but I've seen a bunch of tests online, and those tests are basically kicking butt. So all right, guys, that's what I got for you guys today. I just wanted to give you guys a little quick brief unboxing and my initial thoughts on the computer. I'm probably going to do a couple more videos about, you know, some music programs and just some different programs and how they operate and everything with the new M1 chip. Make sure if you guys like this content, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to find out. Appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. All right, guys and gals, thanks for watching the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe and like button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so every time a new video comes out, you can be the first to know. Let me know what tutorials you want to see next in the comments, and see you next time.
Some, hit the key.